.3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. Welcome to a Tuesday morning. Big news this morning out of Baltimore. We have the video on our website. A huge bridge collapse. This is going to cause problems if you're traveling south today or anytime in the next year. Huge bridge collapse on I-695 in Baltimore over the river. 1.6-mile bridge struck by a ship, and it crumbles like a kid's toy into the water.
That's so sad.
It is heartbreaking. We've got the video. You can check it out at catcountry1073.com and the Cat Country 107.3 app. Country 107.3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. Big news this morning. This bridge collapse in Baltimore. We have the video up on our website, catcountry1073.com and the Cat Country 107.3 app. You have not seen it yet, right, Jahna?
No.
All right. Go ahead and push.
All right. You want me to do like a 3, 2, 1?
You see the big ship on the left of the video there, right?
Yeah,
right,
it looks like it's going right into like the leg.
That's exactly what's going to happen. So push play and watch what happens. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
It's like instantly, right? There's no warning.
I don't think I was expecting it to fall like that.
There's no warning. There's no swing. It literally just breaks apart into pieces and falls in the river. If you're traveling south of New Jersey through Baltimore today, expect a lot of delay. Good morning. We're Joe and John. 3 things you need to know this morning. Big story this morning. A huge bridge collapse on I-695 in Baltimore earlier this morning. If you're traveling south today, it's going to be a while. We have the video on our app. It's so heartbreaking to see a big ship hit the bridge and see the 1.6-mile long bridge just kind of fall apart like a kid's toy into the water. Search and rescue operations have been happening all morning long. At least 7 vehicles went into the water.
So sad. Switching gears this morning, what if we started making our own syrup in South Jersey? Yeah, like maple syrup. Officials with Stockton University have received $1 million in federal grants to develop a maple syrup industry in the Garden State. I know you didn't see that one coming. The university is in its 4th year of providing syrup from the acres of maple trees that actually surround the campus. In next year's round of funding, researchers are going to look for partners in the food industry to start taking New Jersey syrup to market.
The big lottery jackpots continue to grow. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot stands at $1.1 billion.
Woo-hoo!
Tomorrow's Powerball, not hit last night, is up to $865 million. South Jersey weather, cloudy, maybe a sprinkle or two, a high of 46. Coming up, we'll have more on that massive bridge collapse in Baltimore. Coming up in minutes. But first, time for Jahna's Fangirl Update.
Well, sometimes The Voice tips off its panel for next season during, episodes of the current season. It's why fans suspected Reba McEntire would replace Blake Shelton ahead of season 2024, back when she appeared as a mega mentor during season 23. In December, Keith Urban was one of several artists to sing during the finale. He must have done well because the show just announced that he's returning as a mega mentor this spring. Now he'll have experience on both the U.S. version and the Australia version of the show. Everything we know about Keith Urban's addition to The Voice, we've got you covered, catcountry1073.com. You probably loved Carrie Underwood's first hit, Jesus Take the Wheel, and still do to this day, but you might not want to sing the remix that's taking over the internet right now. An Instagram user, his name's Jacob_JW_7. He shared a video appearing to show a possum driving a tractor with its tail. It's been watched nearly 2.5 million times. More than 250,000 people have liked the video and even more of other copies of the video too. Of course, he's singing a possum take the wheel and people are freaking out. It's both hilarious and terrifying at the same time. We've got it up for you right now on the Cat Country 107.3 app. That's Jahna's Fangirl Update on Cat Country 107.3.
With Joe and Jahna, devastating news from early this morning out of Baltimore, Maryland. Bridge collapsed. Big bridge, 1.6 miles long. They call it the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's part of I-695. Totally collapsed into the water after it was hit by a ship. We were amazed at how fast the bridge fell.
That's what I was going to say.
It was like 1, 2, 3, it's down, it's done.
Like, the bridges that and I'm not comparing a real bridge to like bridges that kids build with building blocks.
Yes.
But,
yes.
It's like the ship was like the kid's foot. And you know how like when you're a kid, you get joy in like kicking it down, like kicking it down. That's how fast it came down. No,
Jahna's
seriously.
ripping up the kids' toys. Yes.
That's how fast it came down. And I was just, my spirit is upset after watching that video.
They say they've been searching for at least 20 people. At least 7 vehicles went into the water. The bridge, if you're going anywhere south in the next, God knows how long, a year, 2 years more, anything south, Baltimore south, you're going to run into traffic because it's going to be bottlenecked because of this.
If you didn't,
because it shuts down I-695 around Baltimore.
And if you didn't watch the video, I'm telling you right now, like I'm trying hard not to tear up. It's shocking. It's really sad.
It's on our website, catcountry1073.com, the Cat Country 107.3 app. We understand Coast Guard units from Atlantic City, helicopters have been flying to assist. They're trying to search, but of course they got to watch for pieces of bridge that are sticking out of the water and everything else. The bridge is 1.6 miles. By comparison, the Walt Whitman Bridge is 0.4 miles. So it's that much longer. It's like 4 times as long. The Ben Franklin Bridge in Philly is 0.3 miles. The Delaware Bridge is the only bridge we know that's longer in our area. It's 2.5 miles. But again, this bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, 1.6 miles.
I can't even imagine.
It's heartbreaking to watch it happen. Watch the video. CatCountry1073.com, the Cat Country 107.3. Country 107.3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. Big story this morning. This bridge collapse in Baltimore. If you haven't seen the video yet, we have it at CatCountry1073.com, the Cat Country 107.3 app. We're both amazed at how fast this 1.6 mile bridge fell apart. A ship struck it at 1:32 this morning, and it literally takes less than 10 seconds for the bridge to be totally in the water.
Like building blocks. That's the best way to describe it, like building blocks.
It's heartbreaking.
Just a kid kicking down building blocks.
We understand some of our friends from the Atlantic City Coast Guard flew down there with a helicopter, at least one helicopter, for search and rescue efforts. They're going to be going on all day long today. They say at least 7 vehicles that they can figure went into the water as the bridge collapsed. And there was no warning. There was no, hey, let's back up our car. If you were on the bridge, you were in the water within seconds.
Yeah. I hope everybody's okay.
You know,
I asked you a question earlier, and I was like, do you think anybody lost their life? And you're like, I mean,
probably.
Yeah,
especially how cold the water is.
I hope people survived. I'm just saying, you know,
a lot of people already have fears of going across bridges.
Right.
Bridget wrote this on Facebook. My husband laughs at me because I have an irrational fear of my car going over the edge of a bridge and usually open a window driving over one. I've never thought about it collapsing.
Yeah, this doesn't help that at all.
You know, there's a service that they provide at the Delaware Memorial Bridge. If you call ahead, you can actually go there, park your car, and someone will get in your car and drive it over the bridge for you.
How do you get over the bridge? Or you're in the passenger seat?
Yeah, I mean, everyone stays in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just move over or hide in the trunk or whatever. But they actually have this service where if you're fearful of driving over the big bridge, they will help you do that. Again,
I don't think that would have helped anybody today.
No. But I mean, just for fear of bridges. Yeah. Delaware Memorial Bridge, we mentioned, is 2.5 mile long. But this bridge is called the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, was 1.6 miles straight into the river. Cat Country 107.3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. Time now for your Cat Country joke of the morning.
All right, let's go.
We do this every weekday morning at this time. Liam has sent us the joke we're going to use today.
Liam, what a gem.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Liam, here it is, your Cat Country joke of the morning. My girlfriend poked me in the eye, so unfortunately I stopped seeing her for a while.
Wow.
See, she poked me in the eye, so I couldn't see.
Like literally see.
Yes.
But,
yes.
Good job, Joe. Dad.
Bridge collapse story. Throughout the morning, you can find out more and see the video. It's just unbelievable at catcountry1073.com, the Cat Country 107.3 app. In the meantime, we have a Joe and Jahna question we're working on this morning for 7:20. We'll talk more about it, but we'd love your answers. Jahna's second cousin is coming to visit. Does that mean like you're having your period?
No. What, like Aunt Flo coming to town? No. They're from Arkansas.
All right, they're coming to visit. They've never been here to New Jersey.
No.
So we want to know, what are 3 places Jahna should take her new cousins?
My new cousins.
Her cousin that's never been here. New to New Jersey. We're asking you to come up with 3 places that Jahna should take her.
Please. I don't have no idea. Not that I don't have any idea, but I mean, I have to fill 5 days.
I feel like you always have to take somebody when they come to town to the casinos.
Yeah, of course.
Whether they gamble or not.
Yeah.
Here's our casinos.
Because it's like an
This is what they look like.
experience.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So where else? 609-383-1073 or at the message us button on the Cat Country 107.3 app.
And I don't want them to be bored.
We'll talk more.
Okay.
We'll talk more about it coming up at 7:20. Country 107.3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. Time now for your Cat Country dumb story of the morning.
All right, here we go.
Nashville, Tennessee. Don't do that at home or out. A 22-year-old man threw a cup of ice from the third floor of a rooftop bar, hitting 2 patrol cars and a pedestrian on the sidewalk below. Might have been a nice score, but security brought Ryan Long down from the rooftop, handed him over to authorities. He was arrested.
Yeah, man, that's assault, technically. Sorry, kid.
Or ice. Yeah.
That probably hurts, actually.
Bridge collapse in Baltimore coming up in a few minutes. In the meantime, we're looking ahead to Thursday. We'll be on the road. Morris River Diner, just south of Port Elizabeth on Route 47 there. We'll be there for the Joe and Jahna breakfast tour. They open their doors at 6:30 Thursday morning. If you mention us, you'll get 10% off your check. We're going to be there. Good morning. We're Joe and Jahna. Here are 3 things you need to know. The big thing, a big major story out of Baltimore. A huge bridge collapse happened about 1:30 this morning on I-695. We have the video on our app. It's so heartbreaking to see a big ship hit the bridge, and the bridge, 1.6 mile long, just crumble into the water. Search and rescue operations have been happening all morning. At least 7 vehicles went into the water.
It's so sad. Switching gears this morning, what if we started making our own syrup here in South Jersey? Officials with Stockton University have received $1 million in federal grants to develop a maple syrup industry right here in the Garden State. The university is in its 4th year, actually, of providing syrup from the acres of maple trees that surround the campus. In next year's round of funding, the researchers are going to look for partners in the food industry to start taking New Jersey syrup to market.
Digital beach tags could be coming soon to Cape May. City officials are looking at it. Council members are saying if implemented this summer, it would include daily and 3-day passes available for this summer. South Jersey weather, cloudy today, maybe a sprinkle or 2, a high of 46. Coming up in 15 minutes, where would you take a visitor that has never been to South Jersey? It's Cat Country 107.3. Authorities in Baltimore say they've pulled out 2 people so far alive from the water at that bridge collapse. If you're just joining us, it's Cat Country 107.3. Mornings with Joe and Jahna. At 1:30 this morning, a huge bridge collapse. I-695 in Baltimore. They call it Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Francis Scott Key
Bridge. 1.6 miles. A ship hit the bridge and it collapsed almost instantly into the water with vehicles on it. We've got the video and more at catcountry1073.com and the Cat Country 107.3 app. In the meantime, if you're traveling anywhere south, Baltimore south, farther, you're going to be delayed forever.
Yeah.
Literally forever.
And not just today.
This is going to be years.
Yeah.
This is going to be years. Again, we have the video at catcountry1073.com and the Cat Country 107.3 app. All right, happier times, birthday shout-out time.
Yeah, we got to shout out the man of the hour. It's Kenny Chesney's birthday today. 56 years young. Happy birthday, Kenny.
Happy birthday to Hunter Miller. Hunter is 36. Cliff Harvey of Manahawk is 75. Steve Sparrow is 43. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday to George Garcia of North Wildwood. Henrietta May of Summers Point is 73. Melissa Schneider of Eldora is 42. Diane Perry of Egg Harbor Township is 64. And let me check one more place. I think that's it. Yep, that's it.
All right.
We miss you. Happy one to you as well. The recipient of our Cat Country Big Birthday shout out today, Melissa Schneider of Eldora. She's 42 today.
Woo,
it's Cat Country 107.3. Mornings with Joe and Jahna. Tim McGraw will be at the Wells Fargo Center in Philly for a standing room only tour, June 20th. We'd love to send you there.
It's coming up quick.
We got 2 tickets to give away. We'll do that on trivia coming up in minutes on Cat Country 107.3. In the meantime, we have a question of the morning for you, question of the day. Jahna's second cousin is coming here. Where did you say she was from?
Arkansas.
And she'll be visiting for the first time ever in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
We want to know where Jahna should take her. Where in South Jersey would you take somebody?
I need to fill up 5 days. Keep that in mind. Okay? That's a long time, I think.
We're just asking for 3 places. If you have somebody coming in from out of town, never been here before, where in South Jersey would you take them? I would say Atlantic City to the casinos and the boardwalk. Then I would say Ocean City Boardwalk.
Okay.
And then I would say Cape May.
In the off season? I mean,
sure.
the Cape May is great, but I mean.
Sure. And then kind of fill in as we go.
Okay.
But we've got a lot of great suggestions on our app and on Facebook so far. Again, you can answer us at 609-383-1073 or hit the message us button on the Cat Country 107.3 app. On Facebook, Linda says Oyster Creek to eat. Restaurant there.
Yeah, I love it there.
Atlantic City Bar and Grill and Baltimore Grill. Sandy said Cape May Park and Zoo. That's nice.
Of course.
The Lobster House Restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And in Cape May, she said the Washington Street Mall in Congress Hall.
I should just make her stay there. That's fine.
Stay away from you?
No, it's going to be fine. Like, I just, it's kind of hard when someone's going to be in your space for that long. I only live in a 984 square foot condo. So, okay.
Christy said,
she's my second cousin. She's not my first
not
cousin.
Important.
I didn't and that's why I know she's not listening. So I can say this. So, all my cousins though, like my first cousins right now that I know are listening are probably cracking up.
Jamie said this.
How did I get suckered into this?
This is a good, unique one. Jamie said Lucy the Elephant in Margate. Lucy the Elephant. Yeah, that would be a good one. Let's see. Christy said escape room.
An escape room.
But don't they have those everywhere?
I don't know what she's got in Arkansas. The last time I went to see her, I was like 20 years old.
She did say Crab Trap Restaurant. That's a good one. There you go, yeah. Tim said, definitely got to check out the Triangle. And I'm like, what's the Triangle? Right. And he sent a picture of a T-shirt from Summers Point, the Bermuda Triangle. Oh, my gosh, I love that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Gregory's, Charlie's, and Anchorage. Yes, that's so funny. I want one of those. Can somebody tell me where I can get? Before. Yeah, Joe, I want one of those T-shirts. Can somebody hook us up? Beth Ann said Charlie's, the wings are the best. They're so good. I agree. But again, you can get wings anywhere, right? Charlie's are really good, though. Yeah, maybe not in Arkansas. The Pick and Charlie's are my favorite. William said Storybook Land. That's a good one, especially if there's kids. Cape May Zoo. Well, yeah. Cape May Zoo, any age, really. Yeah, I love the Cape May Zoo. Smithville, also another good one. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's see. Sherry says Sunset at the Cape May Lighthouse. No, that would be beautiful. She also said Lucy the Elephant. It's my cousin. It's not share a sunset. I guess it's fine. I guess she didn't mean it that way. You don't have to make out with her at the lighthouse. I'm just like envisioning like a romantic time. Yeah, it's like what it's. No, but it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, it is nice. Sherry also said Doc's Seafood in Atlantic City. Oh yeah. Obviously, it's been there forever. She really does want to try seafood. So Lou said Cape May Zoo, Wildwood Boardwalk, and he said Lobster House. Their outside eating area. There you go. That's it says South Jersey kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see. Denise said Lucy the Elephant, as we heard. Walk out to the end of the Steel Pier. That's a good one. That's a good one. And our own Birch Grove Park right behind us. It is so beautiful there. Sometimes I will get lunch and go sit over there in my car and just eat it. It's on Cat Country Morning Trivia. Good morning. It's Joe and Jahna. We're talking about our question of the day today. Jahna has a second cousin coming from, did you say Alabama or Arkansas? Arkansas. And we're giving her some suggestions on where in South Jersey. She's never been to South Jersey. She's never been to New Jersey. Where she should take this person. And a lot of people have suggested restaurants. But there's only how many times a day you could go. And there's restaurants everywhere in the world. But yeah. I think what we have, the big advantage, of course, is our ocean. Right. And the beach and everything around that. I don't know if she's ever, she's been to the beach, but she can't go. Right. Like we can. Yeah. Yeah. Janine said, take a drive out to Sweetwater Marina and River Deck for lunch. I think that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Then go to Batstow to walk around the village, maybe tour the mansion. Oh. And she also suggested going to Hamilton's downtown and hitting up one of the restaurants there. I do love Anada's Wine Bar out there. There you go. We had her at wine. Yes, you did. Dawn said Batstow, but she also said Renault Winery. I do love Renault Winery, too. Joe said, you had her a wine. We went and got ice. It's Cat Country 107.3. Mornings with Joe and Jahna. Morning Trivia is on the air. Phone number is 609-383-1073. The prize today, 2 tickets to see Little Timmy McGraw. Tim McGraw is going to be at the Wells Fargo Center in Philly with a standing room only tour. Little Timmy. Thursday, June 20th at 7 p.m. You have 2 tickets for Tim McGraw when you win this morning. We have a question for you. It's coming. Waiting. 609-383-1073. Here it is. 18% of parents say they look for advice on this from their kids. They go to their kids and ask for advice about this. Almost 1 out of 5 parents. You don't think that's an obvious question at all? It might be. It might be. Then we'll get a winner right away. All right, I won't guess. No, go ahead, guess. Social media? Is not correct. Really? 18% of parents say they look for advice from their kids on this. It's not social. You don't come to Calumet County. Well, we're coming your way.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be there Thursday for the Joe and Jahna Breakfast Tour. We're going to be at Morris River Diner, just south of Port Elizabeth. We'll be there all morning Thursday. The restaurant opens at 6:30. You can come and join us for the Joe and Jahna Breakfast Tour.
Here we go.
Morning Trivia is on the air. At stake 2 tickets to see Tim McGraw. His standing room only tour in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center Thursday, June 20th. Here's the question. 18% of parents say they look for advice on this from their kids.
And I thought I had nailed it. Apparently not.
By the way, I've done this in the past myself. Right? I've asked my kids for advice about this. 18% of parents say they look for advice from their kids on this. You said social media.
Yeah, and that was wrong.
Which was pretty good, yeah.
Have you asked me about it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I only asked that because for those that don't know, I'm the same age as Joe's kids. So.
That's funny.
I had to make sure.
Let's go to the phones. Hi, Cat Country.
Hi. Clothing?
Clothing or fashion. That's right. You're a winner.
Wow.
Awesome.
What's your name?
My name is Stephanie.
Stephanie, where are you from?
I'm from Hamilton.
Do you have little kids?
No. I have a young child of 37 and a granddaughter.
Okay.
So I ask for advice on my clothing all the time.
There you go.
That's so great.
Stephanie, we got 2 tickets for you to see Tim McGraw. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
Clothing advice, fashion advice.
You've definitely asked me before.
No.
How many times have we had conversations about, hey, dudes?
That's shoes.
It's fashion.
The Coast Guard are in Baltimore this morning with the big bridge collapse. We're Joe and Jahna. It's Cat Country 107.3. If you're just joining us or you're just waking up this morning, you haven't heard this. Unbelievable collapse of a bridge in Baltimore. The Francis Scott Key Bridge, which is on I-695, one of the major arteries through Baltimore. The bridge collapsed at 1:30 this morning. A ship ran into the bridge. And we've watched the video time and time again. It's on our website and our app. It's amazing how quickly the bridge just fell apart and dropped into the water. It was like a kid's toy.
So sad. It's you don't, when you first watch the video, you really don't realize how quickly it's going to go down. I don't know any other way to put that
amazing.
Other than it's shocking.
It was a big cargo ship that ran into the bridge. Apparently the ship lost power at one point as it was sailing out of the port, and this is like one of the big ports in Baltimore. If you've ever cruised out of Baltimore like I have, you go under this bridge with your ship, and it's the way out. So there's going to be problems there. There's going to be traffic problems through Baltimore for years. There's going to be this problem. At least 2 people, they say, were pulled out of the water, taken to the hospital, one in serious condition, one apparently a little bit better condition. They say at least 7 vehicles went into the water. They've been able to detect those vehicles in the water. They say there were crews working on the bridge overnight when the accident happened. So, just a terrible scene in Baltimore. Again, if you haven't seen the video, it's so
yourself.
Shocking.
Let me just say brace yourself.
You just never think that a bridge would just fall apart like that fast. Less than 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
It's at catcountry1073.com and the Cat Country 107.3 app. Yours. Good morning. 3 things you need to know this morning. Big story this morning. A huge bridge collapse on I-695 in Baltimore earlier this morning. If you're traveling south today, it's going to be a while. We have the video on our app. It's so heartbreaking to see a big ship hit the bridge and see the 1.6 mile long bridge just kind of fall apart like a kid's toy into the water. Search and rescue operations have been happening all morning long. At least 7 vehicles went into the water.
So sad. Switching gears this morning, what if we started making our own syrup in South Jersey? Yeah, like maple syrup. Officials with Stockton University have received $1 million in federal grants to develop a maple syrup industry in the Garden State. I know you didn't see that one coming. The university is in its 4th year of providing syrup from the acres of maple trees that actually surround the campus. In next year's round of funding, researchers are going to look for partners in the food industry to start taking New Jersey syrup to market. The big lottery jackpots continue to grow. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot stands at $1.1 billion. Woo-hoo! Tomorrow's Powerball, not hit last night, is up to $865 million. South Jersey weather, cloudy, maybe a sprinkle or 2, a high of 46. Coming up, we'll have more on that massive bridge collapse in Baltimore. Country 107.3, mornings with Joe and Jahna. Time now for my favorite tweets for the last 24 hours. All right, let's get to it.
I used to be cool. Then next thing you know, I'm packing myself snacks for a 10-minute drive.
Just the fact that you said I used to be cool.
Yeah.
We all were once. It's all right.
Number 2.
We're all in the same boat with that.
Number 2. Hey, youngins, my advice to you is don't date a barista. It's always awkward when they flip that iPad around in bed for a tip.
Pretty sure that doesn't happen,
Number
but whatever.
3. Daddy, are vampires real? No, sweetie, go back to bed. Waits till daughter is asleep. Grabs red Sharpie. Draws 2 dots on her neck.
Oh, my gosh. Worse, they definitely did that for TikTok.
Number 3. Just because you're friends doesn't mean you need to start a podcast together. Absolutely right.
Well, it's happening a lot these days.
Make sure to check on the Joe and Jahna podcast at catcountry1073.com. And finally, our final tweet, number 5, me. I'll go to the gym at noon. Also me at 12:01. Now it's too late to go.
Oh, I know.
It's Cat Country. In Baltimore, early this morning, 1:30, a big cargo ship ran into a bridge on I-695. It's a 1.6 mile long bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, and the bridge literally in seconds collapsed.
And we're trying to figure out. When I first found out this morning, I had said to Joe, I was like, do we know if there were any cars that went in there?
Yes.
Because from the one video, you can't see anything. But then the other video, from the other perspective, you can see the cars. And then what was crazy is, so Joe and I have been watching this on and off all morning long. What you can see in the one video is a couple of cars realize what's about to happen and they zoom in the other direction. Now, I guess to try and get through it before the boat hits. But here's the thing. That's not even as long as the bridge actually is.
Yeah.
That was only one portion of it.
But still, it's going to be closed for months, years.
Yeah. Who knows?
They say they use sonar and have found several vehicles in the water. They were able to pull out 2 people out of the water. Both went to the hospital. One in serious condition. One apparently in a lot better condition.
Because it was that early in the morning, I'm hoping that it was only 2 people, but because you said there's multiple cars.
Multiple cars. Yeah. They also said people were working on the bridge in that area at the time. Construction people. Helicopters from the Atlantic City Coast Guard have been on the scene. We have the video for you if you haven't seen it. It's just heartbreaking.
I don't know
to see how fast that bridge just falls. There's no warning.
No. And that's what's I don't know how you watch this video and don't immediately feel sick to your stomach. These people are sitting ducks. There's nothing they can do.
Check it out at catcountry1073.com. Cat Country 107.3 Mornings with Joe and Jahna. Good morning. Hope all is well with you this morning. Hope you're having a great morning. We want to talk this morning about professions, men.
You're a man in a profession.
And women who cheat.
Oh.
Are there more jobs, more careers where men are more likely to cheat?
I feel like that might have been true back in the day.
Back in the day. Now, when was the day?
Your day. I feel like, quick answer. No, I feel like now, this is an area where I don't like when people discriminate against one gender, sex, or the other, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Whatever they're calling it these days.
Well, there's only 2 genders. That's what I call it.
Yeah. So,
men and women.
Right. So I feel like both sides cheat. So is there more of
the question is which professions are more apt to cheat?
Right. But you said for are there professions more men specific? I guess maybe. Okay. And then there's some professions
or
where
you're going to just keep talking about things that I didn't ask you about.
I'm going down the philosophical path of this question.
Which professions cheat the most, Jahna? That's the question.
If I had to, all right, if we're being that basic, I'd have to say cops.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I know a lot of girls that were with cops that cheated on them. I'm not going to lie. Sorry. Yeah.
A divorce lawyer on Instagram has released her list of the 5 occupations she believes feature the highest percentage of cheaters.
Am I right? Is it on there?
Let's take a listen.
Number 5, pilots and flight attendants. Number 4, men in the military. Number 3, bartenders. Number 2, police officers. And number 1, firefighters.
Isn't your boyfriend now a firefighter?
Yes. Well, he's in the academy. Yes.
So training to be a cheater. Firefighter.
No, but I will say this. It's not his job. He's volunteer.
Oh, he's a volunteer.
So that's different.
Yeah, volunteer is totally different.
That's different.
If you're a volunteer, you're not going to.
That's not a profession.
Her name is...
She said profession.
All right, the girl on the TikTok, her name is Kate, and she says that on the other side, women who pay all the bills are the top female cheaters.
Yeah, because they probably feel like, what the heck do I need you for? What do you do? She probably does everything around the house. She probably makes most money, and the guy comes home and just plays video games all day. And she's like, what the heck do I need you for?
So women
See you later.
Those women who pay the bills are the top female cheaters, followed by social media influencers.
Oh, yeah.
Nurses and flight attendants.
Pilots and flight attendants.
Country 107.3 Mornings with Joe and Jahna. We're hitting the road this Thursday. Our Joe and Jahna breakfast tour continues. Morris River Diner is where we're going to be, just south of Port Elizabeth. They open at 6:30 Thursday morning. If you mention us, you get 10% off your breakfast check. We've got chances for you to win barefoot tickets. Also, a trip for two to Las Vegas to see Mornings with Joe and Jahna. So nearly 90% of people say they would not want to be friends with this person on social media.
Your mom.
You'd love to be a friend with my mom on social media.
I would always be friends with my mom. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying...
People would say their mom. Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't want their mom to see all the... Well, I guess that when you're younger, that might be true.
All the bad
not
things
like
that you're doing.
now, but yeah, like not now. So yeah, I take that back.
Survey found 86% of persons would not like to be online friends with this person. It's not your mom.
With their ex?
No.
Well, what the heck?
Your boss.
Wait, you and I are Facebook friends.
I'm not your boss.
No,
I'm
you're
your
not like
partner.
my boss. But like, yeah, I get what I mean. Like, wait. Me and Michael and I are friends. And he's the president.
He's a jerk.
No. Mike, oh my gosh, he's running down the hall. Shut the door.
I'm allowed to say people are jerks. Well, you're allowed to say your boss is a jerk.
No.
He probably wouldn't hear.
That's awful.
How could he hear us? We're in a room all by ourselves.
So he's probably listening.
A survey found most people do not want to be friends with their boss on social media.
Because you probably don't want them to know what's going on in like their personal life. See, I'm an open book. What you see is what you get.
86% of people don't want to be friends with their boss on Facebook.
Are you?
I need some me time. I need some me time away from... Cat Country 107.3 Mornings with Joe and Jahna. It's time now for Jahna's Fangirl Update.
Sometimes The Voice tips off its panel for next season during current season episodes. That's why fans suspected that Reba McEntire would replace Blake Shelton ahead of season 24 when she appeared as a mega mentor during season 23. Well, in December, Keith Urban was one of the several artists to sing during the finale. He must have done a good job because the show just announced that he's returning as a mega mentor this spring. So that means that he's going to have experience on both the U.S. version and the Australia version of the show. Everything we know about Urban's addition to The Voice, it's up for you at catcountry1073.com. You probably loved Carrie Underwood's first hit and still do, actually. Jesus Take the Wheel. You might not want to sing the remix that's taking over the internet right now, though. An Instagram user named Jacob_JW_7 shared a video appearing to show a possum driving a tractor with its tail. It's been seen over 2.5 million times, and the guy in the background singing "Possum Take the Wheel." People are freaking out about it. It's hilarious and terrifying at the same time. And we've got it up for you on the Cat Country 107.3 app. The Jahna's Fangirl Update brought to you by Apex East Roofing. If you're in need of a new roof, you're going to go to apexeastroofing.com. They're going to ask you a couple of questions, and then you're going to get your quote in 30 seconds or less. That's apexeastroofing.com. Cat Country 107.3.